Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. Welcome back to some Battlefield Hardline. I've got a doozy of a round for you. This is going to be some Dust Bowl and Blood Money. One of my favorite game modes in Hardline. I actually have a lot of fun with this as I'm trying to work on the Bearcat as I'm the mechanic. Part of my duty is to keep that armor in check, disabled, and destroyed. And it's not just about their Bearcat, because you do get a mobile spawn point on each team. It's also about lobbing some shells and grenades into that mobile spawn point. Most of you guys have already seen this. I've done a How to Become a Better Noob series on dealing with parked vehicles, specifically the mobile spawn points. Believe it or not, it only takes 2 Molotov cocktails, which one player can do. If you land them both underneath, it'll cook the Bearcat, which more than likely is not going to be standing still, or the mobile spawn point, which usually is stuck on a rock or standing still. And it's lots and lots and lots of juicy points. So we're going to sit here because it's not just about controlling the pile of money, it's controlling the surroundings, the flanks, setting up crossfire lanes. And just like this, these guys do all the hard work, all that green cashola. I'm 10 of 10. Perfectly placed zipline by a teammate into the side of our safe house. Can't get any better than that. Now, it's important to know that when dealing with those zip lines, you can knife them or you can shoot them at the base. And it's pretty hilarious depending on where they're at, because sometimes it will kill your teammate or the enemy, and you're not going to get credit for that kill. You're just going to see them basically suicided there. So try to set up that crossfire. Whenever you're playing this game mode, it's all about not simply controlling the middle, but those crossfires, those flanks. If you can push beyond the money, you could really put the enemy team in the hurt locker. Another thing I want to mention is we're going to be picking up the Hardline footage again as my schedule is kind of clearing up. And Battle Packs is actually something that's been talked about. That Sasser's talked about. They finally buffed them. I don't know if they're going to be in the upcoming patch on the 28th. One of the reasons why we're going to start playing some more Hardline, because of this weapon, and a lot of other weapons are being balanced. The K10 in my hands right now, 34 damage and 1200 rate of fire. And remember, this is on the old Battlefield 4 netcode, so there are 1-frame, 2-frame deaths, no time to react, and the skill gap in this game is extremely, extremely, extremely small, simply because the time to kill is so fast with a variety of weapons. As I try to get my hands on another big vehicle, but I'm out of my pro pipe, so what are we gonna do? Somebody must have done a little loving there, because it's down and destroyed. Remember, 1 grenade can do a ton of damage, 2 Molotovs if it's disabled, or 1 Molotov if it's disabled is simply gonna cook it. So it'll be interesting to see on the 28th what happens with the balance of the game. I know Fat Sasser, the lead dev to Battlefield Hardline, states that he wants to stick with the very fast TDK that Hardline brings to the table. It'll be interesting to see when we start getting these CTE Battlefield 4 updates to really improve the hit registration and the reporting of that damage to you, so maybe you can actually flinch or get out of the way before you get dump trucked by something at close or medium range. So the battle packs is a topic that I've talked about a lot. In beta, a gold battle pack was $20,000, and they were just littered with epic fat loots. I'm talking custom paint jobs are 100 to 250K, camos, all kinds of vouchers, grips, all kinds of stuff. Just insane. The value was there. Then the game launched, and all of a sudden, the gold battle packs are $50,000, and I've acquired a ton of them through leveling of weapons, and of course my character then bought probably 8 or 9 of them. Suckers bet. The good news is this, those are going to be improved, but again, we do not know if that's going to be in this upcoming patch, if it needs to be patched, or if it's more of a server-side thing that we might see. And you're going to say, wait a minute, I've already got a ton of gold battle packs. I bought a ton of gold battle packs. Am I going to get the hose? No. Thad Sasser said today on Twitter that he's got something planned for all of us. So maybe it's going to be retroactive, which would be really sweet. It'd be like Christmas in July, that first time you go to open up Hardline. Hopefully it's more than just a couple things. Hopefully it's the difference between what you should have gotten via this patch and the hosiery that basically you had gotten. It was kind of like playing the CSGO case game when you're looking for a knife and you just simply keep getting the same Negev over and over and over again. And this is some old Battlefield philosophy. See a vehicle, take a vehicle, start hosing the team. Now, with the SUV, you do have protection on your sides. My team is kind of set up, but we don't own the hotels to my left, so those plates should be protecting me. If you start taking damage at longer ranges, you will start to feel that unless it's a headshot or Scout Elite, which is going to drop you fast to the chest. You can turn those plates. You can switch seats. F3, F4 if you're on the PC, or if you're on the controller, just hit that seat switching button, and you're back in the vehicle. If there's a health pack in the area, you will be able to mooch off of it. This is how powerful the vehicles can be in Hardline if there are not mechanics or somebody with a battle pickup, such as a small or an RPG that can simply do work. Does not matter the game mode or what map you're on. So I'm low health. I'm going to actually look for some health just to top me off. And we're going back to this thing because it's still got a lot of health, 90+%. And there I took a big shot down to 18. So the SUV K10 combination is simply too strong today. This round was actually a lot of fun as I'm trying to take care of the guys that are slowly flanking me. And I turned my head. Maybe that saved me because I'm simply down to 8 health. And again, we've kind of taken the middle, we've set up the flanks, we've pushed past just a little bit, and that's keeping these guys at bay. If you simply run from your deployment to the money, you're gonna royally get screwed every time you go to play Blood Money. It's about not just having the middle, but having the flanks of the middle, or having their vault. At the end of the day, you have to have your vault. So you have to control 2 of those 3. They could be picking up all the money in the world, but if you're shooting them in the back, or you're shooting them on the way to their vault, they're simply not getting that money delivered. So it's up to you to figure out what you feel like you want to do, and what your team needs, because there's multiple moving pieces when it comes to Blood Money, why it's one of my favorite game modes in Battlefield Hardline. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I look forward to seeing this patch hit on the 28th and having some more fun with Hardline. We'll see you guys soon.